And as far as the music, the ones that really stand out to me are, well, first, Last House on the Left, because the person who was composing and singing that music plays the killer in the film.
No,
Yeah.
that's cool.
And so you have this really nice contrast between these really delicate songs,
Mhm.
very mellow vocals, and then here you have the person performing it. He's murdering and raping these two innocent girls.
Hmm. It must be a great thing to put on your resume to be able to say you've composed your own music for your own slasher movie scenes.
Hmm.
I would be very, very proud of that.
And then the only other score that really, well, actually, I will say that the Nightmare on Elm Street music. Reminded me a lot of Goblin's work for Dario Argento's Suspiria.
Yes. Yes.
What is this, Sherry Mack? And please enlighten us.
There was an Italian prog rock band, Goblin, who did a lot of the music for Dario Argento's films. And
Mhm.
I think their music for that film had a lot of influence on Nightmare on Elm Street with the
Very
music box like melodies.
right. It's kind of like a creepy tinkling sound that follows you around
Hmm.
and builds the suspense.
Yeah, you guys have a more developed ear for this kind of thing than I did. When I went back and rewatched those early Elm Street films, and I heard their very, very memorable scores, especially on that first one, all I could think of was, a John Carpenter score.
Yeah, that's another good example too. Yeah, because Carpenter
Mhm.
has admitted on a few occasions he was inspired by Goblin for Halloween and vampires.
All three of those examples do a very great job of creating distinct moods of unease. But we can get to that. We can get to that at the end after we've plowed through the rest of Wes's contributions and work.
Yeah. And then lastly, the music soundtrack that stood out to me was his music for Shocker, which had that very metal slash punk sound to it, which is what you would have expected from a, I guess, later career Dario Argento film, like with Phenomena. You have Iron Maiden, you have all these other different metal acts composing the music. So the idea that you have a very metal aesthetic to your soundtrack was, I guess, a big thing in the 80s.